Sawadee Kap, I'm JP Mestanza. It's Monday, January 9th. Welcome to Phuket Xtra, brought to you by PVCPhuket.com. The government has done a complete 180 on COVID-19 vaccination requirements, as it's no longer required in order to enter Thailand after much hemming and hawing from local tour operators, Phuket officials, and the cancellations of thousands of trips to the kingdom.
Authorities will still require foreigners whose next destination is a country requiring a negative pre-entry COVID-19 test to show they have health insurance covering treatment for the disease. Last week, officials had announced their intention to require all international arrivals to Thailand to show proof they are fully vaccinated in order to enter the country, and without warning, it went into effect at 1 a.m. this morning. This prompted a litany of cancellations around the world of thousands of room nights and overall trips to Thailand, especially in the European and British markets. There were reports in England of passengers being refused onto the plane at the airport. But this afternoon, the public health minister announced a complete U-turn on this new policy, rescinding this requirement, with Minister Anutin Chanvirakul, who is considered a potential frontrunner to be the next prime minister, saying that requiring visitors to show evidence of 2 vaccine doses was, quote, inconvenient, and a panel of experts had resolved that it was unnecessary as enough vaccinations had been administered globally. The requirements were announced last Thursday in anticipation of the lifting of the COVID lockdowns and travel restrictions in mainland China, a major tourist source market for Thailand. With concerns mounting over a potential surge in COVID cases here in the kingdom, health officials announced the vaccination requirement on Thursday and stated they would not discriminate against the Chinese and that it would be implemented for all international arrivals. However, that policy has now been overturned. The first flight of Chinese visitors since the pandemic started arrived at Suvarnabhumi Airport in Bangkok on Monday, carrying an initial group of an expected 3,465 passengers on the first day, and officials now expect 7 to 10 million Chinese visitors to Thailand for all of 2023. For more, visit thephuketnews.com.
Today marks day 2 in the search for missing 46-year-old Romanian expat diver Sebastian Emil Somezas, who failed to return from a dive to free a snagged boat anchor on Sunday.
Rawai Mayor Arun Solos, who has been assisting naval authorities and marine officials in their search efforts, stated today to reporters that Emil Someza had departed on board his speedboat called Shonica at about 9 a.m. on Sunday from Naiharn Beach, along with a 47-year-old Romanian friend and a Thai woman. They were diving off Kokeo Noi, and when they were starting to head back to the island, they were unable to raise the anchor. It was caught on a rock on the seabed. Someza dove under the boat to free the anchor at a depth of about 30 meters. Reports say he had only previously dived to a depth of 18 meters, raising concerns whether he could complete the dive to free the anchor safely. He did not return to the boat. His friends attempted to contact lifeguards in Rawai at about 12:45 p.m. on Sunday, and a search was launched involving defense volunteers, rescue workers, marine police, and naval authorities. Even local foreign divers joined the search efforts with a command center set up at Yanui Beach. The search is currently ongoing. For the latest, visit thephuketnews.com.
Prominent virologist Dr. Yang Puvarawan is recommending that schools around the country eliminate mandatory face mask policies for kindergarten and elementary school students here in Thailand.
Dr. Yang posted on his Facebook account on Friday that infections in children are uncommon as the majority are already immune. According to a study by the Center for Viral Studies, around 80% of primary and kindergarten students have already been infected and many others already vaccinated. In stating that symptoms among the reinfected children are not severe, Dr. Yang, the chief of the Center of Excellence in Clinical Virology at Chulalongkorn University's Faculty of Medicine, stated, quote, "Everything will proceed naturally, just as with a respiratory disease." While the Department of Health, along with the Ministry of Public Health, still recommends juveniles over 2 years old wear masks, Dr. Yang suggests that for young children, wearing a mask is ineffective and not worth the trade-off in education development. According to Dr. Yang, 70% of Thai people have been infected with COVID-19, and 96% of the population already have antibodies for COVID-19. For more, visit thephuketnews.com.
A decision has yet to be made by the Phuket Marine Department on whether to allow a 500 gross ton floating beach club barge to be anchored in Patong Bay.
The vessel, technically registered as Sawadi, can accommodate 500 guests with a crew of 35 on board and has a bar and an onboard swimming pool. The vessel's owner is a company located in Rawai, and the boat arrived in Phuket in June of last year. It was inspected by the Phuket Marine Office last November, and an application was submitted on December 29 for a license to use the boat. The boat owner is requesting to have the boat anchored off of Patong Bay, where it currently sits. It's already been approved to operate as a restaurant, but the decision on whether the vessel would be allowed to remain at anchor and operate as a beach club barge has yet to be decided. Marine officials were concerned primarily with the safety measures on board the boat, which carries at least 6 life rafts ready to be deployed from its stern and a fire hose station on board. There are other floating restaurants allowed to be anchored off the island, particularly off Bangrong Pier in Phak Lok and in between Phuket and Koh Map Rao off Phuket's east coast. However, Phuket marine officials have already fined the operators of the boat 10,000 baht over an expired license, with the infraction now rectified and final inspections still to be conducted to assess the garbage and ship waste measures as well as safety provisions. It's still unclear if marine officials on the island will approve what could be the first floating beach club barge off Phuket. For more, visit thephuketnews.com.
Thanks for joining us on this Monday edition of Phuket Extra, brought to you by pvcphuket.com. Join us again tomorrow. Until then, stay classy, Phuket.
Phuket's rapid modernization has made it one of the world's premier holiday destinations. Investors can still buy quality condominiums for as low as $75,000, and luxury properties can go all the way up to 20 million. Condominiums in Phuket are a safe, secure bricks-and-mortar investment, offering foreigners freehold ownership. Call or email Thai Residential, Phuket's #1 trusted real estate advisor, to find your perfect Phuket property.